Okay, so we are here on layout and object mode. So this is always important to know where you are. Whenever you are in object mode and layout, when you add a new object onto the scene, those are independent objects. So let's add a cylinder. The cylinder is placed at the center of where the 3D cursor is, and we are going to move here, click and drag on the Y axis, and now we are going to alt and rotate the orbit around, and we can pan if we press on the wheel. And okay, so now we have two independent objects, meaning that this is one object and this is another object. Let me delete here the cylinder, and now we are going to let's just backspace over here so we can put the object back to the center of the world. And whenever we want to start edit a certain object, we move to modeling. That is the default tab and work environment for editing. So you can also see that here it changed to edit mode. So we are no longer at object mode. When we are at edit mode, we have three selection modes. We have vertex, so meaning that we can select vertices, so one individual vertex, or clicking here and dragging to select two, or selecting one and hit shift in order to select the other one. This is okay. So we can select vertices. When we click and drag, selecting the vertices, we select in this mode only the ones that are visible, meaning that the ones that are invisible cannot be selected. In order to enable that, we must be on the X-ray mode, meaning that we can now select the vertices that are on the back face. So this is useful for selections. Selections are defined by what you click on here. So we have vertex. Now we can select edge. So here edges, you look the edges that are selected in white. And here on face or polygon, we select individual polygons. So we usually these three selections, you can also have access to them by clicking on the numbers 1, 2, 3. So that's a shortcut that is going to be really handy. And together with the shortcuts here, that is Q for selection, W to move, E and R to rotate and to scale, you can do all sorts of transformations. So even just for transforming, you can start transforming your objects or the mode. Just you don't cross it, so otherwise you are creating a geometrical error, geometrical impossibility as well. But you can start modeling just with these tools. So selecting elements and move them, and you are already creating some transformations. But in polygonal modeling, what we want to do is to have access to this set of tools, this second set of tools that we see here. And for instance, with extrude, we can pull this face out, and we are creating a new face whenever we do that. So if we select one and pull it out, we are now creating transformations onto the object that are permanent. So we have also these other types of extrusions. We have extrude along normals, meaning that it's going to extrude along the normal of the selected polygons. that is a bit different of selecting the region. This one just pulls on the z direction. This one pulls on the average of the normals. The normals are perpendicular vectors of the faces, individual faces. We can also have extrude individual polygons. That is handy in certain situations. In this one, for instance, we are creating a geometrical error that we would have to fix. So whenever you use that, use it with caution. So in this case, for instance, this shift to add, we would select and we would extrude individual polygons. And you can use this extrude to cursor that is a bit more freeform, and I would perhaps not recommend for now. So selecting one polygon, selecting this, you would click. Whenever you click, you would extrude, but this I wouldn't recommend for now.